What if Minecraft 1.18 added a new structure to the game? And what type of structure would that be? Before I tell you, I want you to picture this. You're a lonely traveler in the vast, infinite world of Minecraft. One night, you stumble upon a village nestled in a valley among the hills. The icy peaks loom in the distance, and the ocean sits a dull lead gray far below you. You're looking for a nice place to spend the night out of the snowstorm, and eventually, you find it. When you wake up in the morning, the sun streams down the mouth of the valley into the village, and you're greeted by the friendly neighborhood green alien. But you still feel like something is missing from this perfect picture. But what is this beautifully located village missing? Well, the obvious answer for me is it's missing a watchtower because it's situated in a valley. Which means you don't have a lot of visibility. There could be attackers right over there. There could be pillagers. There could be pirates or pillagers that come from the ocean. We know that there's shipwrecks which have loot on them, so theoretically there might be pirates. And generally, you don't have a lot of warning if someone is going to attack you if you're in a valley like this village is. For all we know, there could be a huge army right over there in those flowers. But a strategically positioned watchtower would eliminate the threat of a surprise attack from any enemies on the village. My idea for a 1.18 structure is basically the Anti-Pillager Outpost. It's whatever civilization built these strongholds also constructed these watchtowers to defend the peaceful inhabitants of these villages from attacks. Similar to how pillager outposts spawn near villages, the watchtower would also generate near villages. It wouldn't have to generate near them, but it would be more likely than not to. They'd also be restricted to only mountain biomes, so it's not really helpful to stick a watchtower in like a valley in the forest. Oh, there's just a goat in the background bouncing around over there. But these structures would be biome specific, kind of like villages can only generate in certain biomes. These would only be able to generate in certain mountain biomes. Perhaps even only at a certain elevation if we wanted to make it super specific. I'm certainly aware of the temptation to go full medieval castle mode and build just a gigantic castle and call it a watchtower, but we're going to try to keep it reasonable. Mojang doesn't typically go overboard with their structures except for the woodland mansion, which is huge and has a ton of rooms and details and everything. Okay, I'm back. I think I fixed the stuttering. I realized I'd only given this Optifine installation 2 GB of RAM, not my usual 8. So we should have no more stuttering. It should be all good now. And if you guys don't like stuttering, then be sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button down below the video. 1 like equals plus 1 frame. What I was about to say before is that I'm going to begin the assembly of this watchtower right on this little plateau platform thing here. It's kind of already like a square-ish. The tower's not going to be completely square, but it's kind of a nice convenient base. And there's also a little bit of an area that could be turned into a path that runs along this slope here. And then it goes down and we can just connect it up to this path right here in the village. Unfortunately, I will not be able to time-lapse this build because I don't have replay mod. Replay mod is not out, at least for the public, for 1.18, so no time-lapse, so I'll just be talking more about the building process as I go. True to Mojang's block palette for stuff like strongholds and certain village structures, we're going to be using a lot of stone brick variants, and some spruce. Because I always default to spruce when it comes to building anything medieval. That's just my go-to wood type. In fact, it may share some resemblance to Mojang's own castle that they made for their book on medieval fortresses, which I assembled the castle for that video I made last year around this time, where I built the castle according to Mojang. It may look slightly similar to parts of that. First checkpoint down in a building, I've got the frame of the tower done, where it's basically going to be. The base of it is 7 by 7. We've got these things like that are kind of sloping in, similar to how Mojang did their castle, and you often see it in like a lot of real life castles and churches and stuff. Because Mojang did in fact base their castle pretty heavily off of real life stuff. I was walking around like some various cities the past year, and I saw a lot of churches that had very similar features, which was cool to see. I've also got part of this path done here. It's not really going to be that decorated, and it's not technically part of the structure. It's more just my addition to like connect it to the village. So the structure is kind of going to start about here. We're going to have a little like 1-horse stable and like a little guard room and some stuff right here. So it's not just a standalone tower. And it will probably have 1 layer below this main floor, which will be down here. Maybe like a dungeon or some storage room or some like combination of the two. That's my plan. Anyways, I'm going to make the frame for the little room that goes here, and I'm going to work on the walls down here and stuff like that. Maybe get the entire frame of the tower done. So once I've done that, we'll cut back to the recording, take a look at what I've got. Here we are. I've built up the walls down here, but I'm just gonna leave this like snow piles. It looks really cool, like the snow drifted in after the structure was placed here. So it looks a lot more natural. It's not just like I cleared out all the snow and then it's like a weird gap here. Also, I did this area. I'm trying not to make it like super detailed because Mojang usually doesn't do that a lot. Some structures are a little bit more than others, but like if you look at these houses, they're made of like half a dozen different blocks. Like they're not that complicated. I don't want to go like mega overboard with this, but at the same time, like I've built a lot of stuff, so I'm like, ooh, I should do this detail, and I'm like, okay, maybe not. Maybe that should just be blank stone, because Mojang probably wouldn't go that in depth with it. But right here, this is where we're gonna have a horse stable. We're gonna put like a horse here, so like a structure where you can find a horse. I don't know. Are there any structures like that naturally generate horses? I don't know. I feel like there are, but like maybe not. You have to let me know in the comments. I don't really know, but either way, this would be one of them. And maybe it'd have like iron horse armor or something. And then right here, I'm gonna put like a few hay bales. We'll put like a little bit of hay for the horse. Right here. Maybe that's a few more doors than we really need. Okay, that seems better. Now there's not like 5 trillion ways into this place. Here, it's not gonna be a very big building. This is just going to be pretty small. A lot of the interiors for Mojang's builds are very small. I mean, like, come over to this house. Like, this house is 2 stories, but you go inside and, you know, the bottom floor, it's got a little bit of room. It's got a tiny little carpet. And then you go up here and it's like, we have a 1-block balcony. And then we have a porch that you can actually just walk right outside of. So, I'm not trying to make it super spacious. Looks like I got a roof up over my head just in time for a nice, peaceful snowstorm up in the mountains. I've finished the exterior of this little building next to the main tower. I think it looks pretty cool. We do just have to put the horse in now, though. But I'll show you the inside first. It's not very big, but we do have a smoker. I'll probably put a little bit more stuff in here, but not very much. The interiors are pretty sparsely decorated on structures that Mojang makes. So probably add like a tiny carpet or something like that. We don't want a skeleton horse. We want just the normal horse. Thank you. No, get out of the wall. No suffocating for you. Here, can you eat notch apples? There, you can have notch apples. Now you better love me. Dude, I gave you like 5 notch apples. What more do you want? Come on. Finally. You had so many notch apples. You're so spoiled. Okay, well there's our horse right there. And I pretty much just have to work on the tower. It's going to go up probably 2 more levels. And then I'll have to figure out what I want to do for the top of it. Got a few different designs in mind. I'm not sure what will be best. So it'll basically just be me playing around with it once I get there. Ooh, would you look at that? That is a very nice view right there. Thumbnail material perhaps. I've gotten the top of it basically all done. I got a style that I like. I think it looks pretty cool. I got like a little bit of inspiration like for the whole Watchtower concept, like originally from this one like Watchtower from Lord of the Rings. I'll put a picture of it on screen so you can see what it looks like, but I kind of got inspiration from that. If we go inside of it, I haven't really decorated anything. All I've done is add the ladders that you can go up in the different floors. Cool thing is I actually put like these window shutters, so if you want to close the windows, you could. You just have to run right up to the window and then you can see it and do that, and then you don't want like people shooting through the window. So what I have left to do is do some interior decorating. I have to make the basement down here, dig that out. I mean, that's not going to take very long, and then we're basically done with the building of it, and we'll do some little like tours with shaders and stuff like that. I think we're done just in time for the phantoms to spawn. It must be a while since I've slept. Outside is all done. I added the decorations, the different types of stone bricks, cracked and mossy. I also added a bell out here, like maybe you see some enemies, there's like a raid coming and you just spam the bell a bunch. Or you try to spam the bell. When the game allows you to click the bell, then it works. If we go in here, I have furnished this. There is a bunk bed, fairly simple. There's a little armor stand. I'm always like a big fan of putting chainmail armor in some sort of naturally generated area. Like it's kind of annoying. Like I feel like chainmail just gets forgotten about. I mean, it's not great for like usefulness, but it's fun cosmetically. I don't know. I usually put chainmail armor and like structures that I make for Mojang, or like concepts, I guess, like this video. Here we've got a loot chest, some basic stuff that you might find in like a guard tower, like food, and then some weapons and stuff. If we go over here, got some very basic furnishings. I guess some of these are got broken when I replaced some of these blocks, but it's fine now. I don't really feel the need to put anything up there other than what's already there. If we go down here, I have also finished the basement, which has a little bit of stuff. It's got a little like prison area, a little bit similar to the igloo, but there won't be any villagers in there. Actually, what we could do instead is we could just put like pillagers in here, kind of the opposite of the igloo. That's actually kind of cool. I'm so smart. Oh, one of these guys, I didn't know they could spawn with the banner. Anyways, now we've got, instead of villagers in the little jail area like in igloos, we've got the pillagers themselves, how the turntables. And now picture once again the same scene from the beginning of the video, only this time, as you exit the snowy forest, you're greeted by the comforting presence of a watchtower crouched low against the dark skies, offering security and vigilance across the valley and surrounding lands. Now I believe I can call my watchtower complete. This is my concept for a 1.18 theme structure that would be really awesome to happen upon in the mountains. Maybe for a real structure there could be a ruined version of it, like how there are zombie villages. I think that'd be really cool. Well, that's going to be all for this video. If you guys enjoyed and have other ideas for structures or cool things I should build in 1.18, then be sure to let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, I've been Sbeev, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Bye!